It is February and we're getting starts ready for the new year, the new growing season. I'm Justin Hitt from Prosperity Homestead. What we got going on here is a onion. These are going to be onion starts, actually onion slips, and they're from an onion last year that was really good, nice and thick, good onion flavor. So I've got quite a few of those started off. Here are garlics. Now usually you can put the garlic out in the field and it'll grow, but I had a bunch of garlics and no place to put them in the field yet, so I put them in a pot. Those can get transplanted. Here are Korean sweet potatoes. Those will create shoots like those sweet potatoes in the back. Those shoots can be taken off, or those slips can be taken off, put out in the field, put in our growing areas, and get growing quickly. We have in these pots right here ginger, and we also have in some of these other pots ginger as well. You'll see a couple little lettuces here and there, but mainly the ginger, and again more onions. Now you got to massage these onions here and there. You got to rub their little hair right here like that. Just give them a little massage so that they'll grow up a little faster. I actually want to grow those as scallions first, and then as we separate the pot, we'll actually put those onions out in the field. The ginger has to go out in the field early. It will grow in this temperate climate, but it has to start in the greenhouse to kind of get that green on it. And then after the frost, we get it out in the field. But all of these plants, as soon as it starts to warm up outside and there's past the frost, they can go outside and finish and clear up this space for the greenhouse. There's all kinds of exciting things here. In fact, if you want to learn how to work in a greenhouse and how this works from a permaculture perspective, you can go down to my website at www.prosperityhomestead.org, and I'd like to introduce you to a farm in my area where I'm actually volunteering, and this is some of the work that I'm doing. The garlic, the scallions, the sweet potatoes, the ginger, these are actually flowered bulbs, and then there's strawberries, comfrey, all kinds of things, and classes are forming for the spring, both practical work experience and classroom related activities, so you can learn how to grow an organic garden. Imagine you have a homestead, small farm or an estate, and you want food on that homestead. Look at that aloe right there. These are willow trees and kangkong. There's actually other types of ornamental flowers in the back here. I'm not going to give you a tour, but if you click the link below, visit the website, write with your questions, you can find out how you can come out here and you can learn how to make this work. You don't need a big greenhouse. It is helpful, but you do need to understand the design factors that help you grow abundance on your own property. Now I'll show you updates of these plants as we go along, because starting seedlings indoors saves you a tremendous amount of time and effort, and it's going to actually give me a head start in the garden growing. Just these garlics alone, I could spread them out. Now, will I get a huge garlic transplanting it? No, not necessarily. But again, we eat the garlic greens, we eat the scallion greens, we eat the onions, we eat everything. And so it's more important to me to have the small plants to start out in the garden than it is to otherwise start from scratch. One important factor before I leave here is that these garlics are actually left over in my pantry, and so they're sprouting here. We plant only organic and heritage breed, true to seed plants, so that we can do stuff like that. These sweet potatoes are going to create us slips, so we could eat a couple of sweet potatoes, or we could sprout them to make the slips, so we can have an unlimited supply of sweet potatoes. And the ginger itself, we're going to get a season out of the ginger, and then we'll keep some plants in the greenhouse so that we can get a head start next year. But all of this and more you can learn easily. And now on your small farm, homestead, or estate, you can have an unlimited supply of food. You can not worry about the supply chain. You can have independence and freedom. It starts here. Thanks for listening. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead. Visit www.prosperityhomestead.org. Contact us with questions. I would love to introduce you to some of the local farms in my area, and you can see how they're growing an abundance of food using techniques that you could use at home and methods that work on any size property. Thanks for watching.